The gayest Marvel show ever will not get a second season. So says lead actress Kathryn Hahn, as well as her co-star Patti LuPone. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Roll this up over at thatparkplace.com. And during an appearance on the red carpet for Agatha All Along, Kathryn Hahn revealed there will not be a second season. This is what she told Variety.
As a second season, who would you love to be in it?
Well, there definitely will not be, but I mean,
there you go. There definitely will not be a second season. Very clear on that. The gayest Marvel project ever will not get a second season, and they already knew this starting from the premiere. It wasn't just Kathryn Hahn revealing that. We also had Patti LuPone, who plays a character named Lilia Calderu in the show. She was also asked about a second season, and this is what she had to say.
How many seasons have they told you you're going to do?
well, there's only one. It's
There you go. She says there is only one. It is a one-off, but let's continue.
That doesn't track anymore.
well, but Jack Schaefer only writes one season. That's why there's not a second season of WandaVision.
But then Bob Iger says, let's do it.
I'll tell you, like I said, I hope there's a second season, but I hope Jack would write it.
And I don't know if you're even going to know what this means. If there's a Scarlet Witch movie,
So there you go. She says she does hope that there is a second season. We have seen Marvel say that there will be one season of certain shows like Loki. And then what do? They end up doing a second season, given the fact that that show at least did get decent viewership in its first season. I thought it was one of the worst shows I had ever seen from Marvel at that point. It was absolutely atrocious. And I think other people realized that as well, because if you look at the season 2 viewership, it like halved. It was absolutely terrible. Clearly, I don't think they will be doing a season 3. I think Marvel needs to get out of TV altogether and just stick to doing movies. But I doubt that will happen, given the fact that they have so much invested in that Disney Plus streaming service that they can't just let it die. But that is probably what they should do, at least when it comes to live action projects from Marvel and Star Wars. But this is a good thing. This is a good thing that this show will not be getting a second season, because all of these people have talked about is how gay this show is. And clearly, if they're saying it on the red carpet, if they're saying it in interviews previously, then I'm going to take them for their word for it. I do not need to be indoctrinated by gay propaganda. I do not need to see positive representations of people living disordered lifestyles. I do not need to see positive representations of people trying to bring other people into sin. We do not need to see that. We need to see positive representations of sinful people literally showing repentance and converting away from the sin, saying no to that. That is wrong. Let me lead a better life. That is what we should be seeing. We should be seeing people doing heroics. We should be people showing courage, showing bravery. They should not be showing people living degenerate, disordered, sinful lifestyles and trying to hold that up as a paragon of virtue when it clearly is not. And just to elucidate that point, let's listen to what some of these people had to say also during the red carpet, where they described this show as the gayest Marvel project ever. This is another article I wrote earlier this week, and they did all of these red carpet interviews with Variety's Mark Malkin. And here is Aubrey Plaza talking about it being the gayest Marvel project ever.
I'm told, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is.
So there you go. That is Aubrey Plaza, one of the show's co-stars, describing it as the gayest Marvel project ever, saying it better be. That is what I signed up for. She would also go on to describe it as or that the show would have a gay explosion by the end. Let's listen to this.
The chemistry between you and Kathryn in the first episode, I describe it as Law and Order meets Basic Instinct meets Bound.
Go on. You're speaking my language. All of that. Yes. More. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Get gayer and gayer as each episode goes.
Yes, darling, but I can't tell you how. I can't tell you anything. But yes, it will be a gay explosion by the end of it.
There you go. A gay explosion by the end of it is what Aubrey Plaza had to say there. Again, it wasn't just Aubrey Plaza. Here is Sashir Zamata talking about it right here.
It's been described to me that Agatha is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. Agree?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But, you know, I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and like set aside for many reasons. And I think this show shows a really good representation of different types of people and that we can all use the power we have in it within to like go forth and be great.
So there is what Sashir Zamata said as well. I mean, we can even go down here to the casting director, Sarah Haley Finn, who discussed casting Joe Locke's character Teen and how they wanted a homosexual to play this character.
Let's talk about Joe Locke, because you wanted someone queer to play that role, from what I understand. So tell me about, one, the search for that. Obviously, there's more openly queer actors now than ever, but still not a ton.
Yeah. Well, we did want to cast that role authentically. And let's also be honest, this is a character who is a teenager. So this is not a question that we're going to ask teenagers to come out and have to answer. It was just more about, here's the character. We're looking to cast it authentically. Please submit an audition, and we're going to take it from there. Joe did an incredible audition.
Tell me about his
And
I mean, the gall of these people, they are literally only asking for people that live a certain disordered lifestyle. And then she says, well, we didn't really want to put that on teenagers, but we did say that they wanted to cast us authentically. So we're only really looking at those types of people. I mean, just disgusting stuff right here. I mean, Marvel is literally a sicko operation at this point where they're literally trying to only encourage certain people to apply for certain roles that live these disordered lifestyles. I mean, just absolutely disgusting stuff here from Marvel Studios. And that's why I am glad that this show will only have one season. It will not be able to indoctrinate more people. And they're clearly trying to aim this at teenagers here. That is what this woman is talking about. Not only will this show not have a second season, but it does look like it isn't that great either. It has a 6.8 out of 10 rating on IMDb. Obviously, lots of people giving it 10 out of 10. Lots of people giving it 1 out of 10. So you can see that right there. The unweighted mean is actually a 6.6, so it's a lot lower than the actual IMDb score. And let's actually look at if there was any kind of drop-off as well for this show based on the ratings here. Obviously, we don't have any viewership numbers yet, but we can look at the ratings here for the 2-episode premiere to see if there was drop-off. It does look like there was drop-off. People watched the first episode and then did not watch the second one. This does usually correlate with what we see from Nielsen, what we see from Illuminate. You can see 2.1 to 1.8. That is a 3,000 decline in the number of reviews. That is pretty significant right there. I don't know what the percentage is. I haven't calculated that in my head. We can jump over to the percentage calculator, and we can just type this in right here. We were at 2.8 to 1.8. And that is a decline of 14% already just from the first to the second episode. And remember, it had a 2-episode premiere, so you could have binged it. But around maybe potentially 50% of people already tuned out of the show from the first to the second episode. I wonder how many people actually stuck through the 2 episodes and will not come back for the 3rd episode. My guess is we might see something similar to what we saw with The Acolyte. So if we pop back over here to IMDb, we can type in The Acolyte and we can look at this right here and kind of see what The Acolyte did based on the episode numbers here. So if we go to the first season here, we click this button right here, and you can see here they had a decline from 27 to 23. We go back over here, plug that in, and you can see that is about the same percentage decline there. Obviously, more reviews, given the fact that the show has been out for a lot longer. Agatha has only had its 2-episode premiere just this week, but you can see the decline from the first to the second episode was about the same. I think The Acolyte had a 3-episode premiere, so you can see 27 to, and the third episode actually had more reviews, interestingly, than the second one, but you can see how it declined over time. 27, once you got to that second week, you're down to 18,000, you're down to 17, you're down to 13, you're down to 12, and then by the finale, you're still at 12, and those ratings are really bad as well. Never really got over 6 there, except for that 5th episode, which is the one that actually had the lightsaber fight in it. But I expect Agatha All Along will likely follow this same pattern as The Acolyte, because that's exactly how they marketed The Acolyte as well, saying that it was the gayest Star Wars project ever. And Leslie Headland, the showrunner, said she was into it when she was told that is how people were describing it. But just wanted to give you guys an update on what is going on with Marvel Studios. They are still fully embracing woke ideology, fully embracing the MCU, and it will continue to destroy them and destroy their brand, no matter how many Deadpool and Wolverine successes that they have. If they continue making Deadpool and Wolverine movies, or movies like those, and they continue putting out crap like Agatha All Along, I think you will see a significant decline of people going to see movies such as Deadpool and Wolverine, even if they have excised the woke for the most part, because what they're doing now is they're just tainting their brand. They are equating Marvel with wokeness, and people just don't want that stuff. They realize what this stuff is intuitively. They realize it instinctively. They know deep down that this stuff is wrong, and they want to reject it. And that is what you are going to continue to see, no matter how many times they try to normalize this, how many times they try and dupe people into believing these lies. Because at the end of the day, people do realize that they are being lied to. But let me know what you guys make of this. What do you make of Agatha All Along not receiving a second season? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.